Legends Arceus introduced us to a bunch of new Hisuian forms of Pokemon, and today I want to talk about what Legends EA could be potentially giving us with some new regional forms. I'm going to be taking some comparisons from a Hisuian form to create what I think would be another good form for a Pokemon. I don't have the actual designs for these. I will make sure everybody gets credit for these fake mon designs that I found, but this is some of the Pokemon that I think deserve regional forms, and we're going to talk about those. I have 5 regional forms here that I will be comparing to a Hisuian one, and the first one we're going to be talking about is we have Quillfish. Hisuian Quillfish was added, which was given a new evolution. Another Pokemon that I think deserves a regional form and a new evolution would be Torkoal. I found this fan art here of Torkoal. I think Torkoal would be great. This is just one of the designs I saw, but we already have Quillfish, so it definitely makes sense to take a Pokemon without an evolution, give it a regional form, and then also add on the evolution, even if it is some goofy evolution like the Hisuian Quillfish into Overquill had. Either way, I do think Torkoal is one that definitely deserves a regional form of a Pokemon. I don't think Torkoal deserves a Mega, so I think it belongs here as a regional form. The next Pokemon that I'm going to be comparing to is Sliggoo and Goodra. I think Sliggoo and Goodra getting regional forms but leaving the Goomy the same was a really interesting idea. And my thought for that is taking the Horsey line. So you have Horsey, give Seadra a new regional form, and then Kingdra a new regional form. Because Sliggoo and Goodra, new regional forms, they added shells. I get it, they're kind of like slug snails. It was similar. But I saw this fan art for a regional form of Seadra, and I think it would be super cool to give it this form and make it a water steel type. I did not find a design for Kingdra, but Pokemon Company can build off of this, take this fake mon, and make it something even bigger and better with Kingdra. I saw people speculating Kingdra getting a Mega, but I would personally prefer to see it get a regional form. I think that would be more fitting. Again, you can compare it to the Sliggoo Goodra, which are more, I know they're kind of like pseudo legends. Kingdra's not really a pseudo legend, but I think it still fits the evolution line where you take the second and third form, give it a regional form, and that is where I think Seadra would fit in perfectly. The next Hisuian evolution I will be comparing, this one didn't necessarily give new Hisuian forms, but it did give a new evolution. I found a concept that gave new forms as well as a new evolution, but I think if you look at Ursaluna was one, you had Teddy Ursa, Ursaring, let's just throw on another evolution at the end of it, give it a full 3-line or 3-step Pokemon, however you want to think about it. Ursaluna was added. Why don't we take Furret and Sentret and give it a new evolution? This design here, like I said, gives a regional to all of them and then adds the third evolution. So this would be more like the Zigzagoon that we saw with Galar, where you had the Zigzagoon, Lanoon, 2 forms, and then there's the new Obstagoon, which is a new form, new Pokemon altogether introduced in Galar. We can see that here with this design for Sentret and Furret. We'd be giving Furret a new evolution into Tumlet. Again, this is a fan design. I'm going to make sure everybody gets their credit, but just another Pokemon that I think deserves a little bit of extra love. Give it that extra evolution and really round out that whole evolutionary line. This next regional mon that I think deserves it is kind of a combination of two. You can think of it as taking the Voltorb Electrode line, just giving 2 new forms, but I also took some inspiration from Weirdeer, thinking of it's a Pokemon it could ride, especially since in X and Y you were able to ride Gagoat. Why not give Gagoat and Skidoo a new regional form? I found this one that makes it a little bit more ancient, kind of fits if we're potentially going back in time to Legends EA, and it's ground ice. I like it's a different typing for sure, completely different for Gagoat, and then you can still ride it because I think Gagoat is going to be an integral part of Legends EA as a potential ride Pokemon like we had Weirdeer or Saluna. I can definitely see it being featured as a ride Pokemon in Legends EA. So let's go ahead, give it a new regional form while we're at it, and make it fit in somehow in the story, because it's still Gagoat. Gagoat's always been ridden in X and Y. Let's add it into Legends EA and feature that as the ride Pokemon with the new regional. The last Pokemon I want to talk about giving a regional form, this could be kind of similar to the Zorua and Zoroark line from Legends Arceus, where they ended up being ghost types. I'm just going to take a ghost Pokemon. Let's give it a new regional form. And I'm talking about Drifloon. Drifloon getting a new regional form makes sense. Drifloon, Drifblim, like I said, fits the Zoroark line. There's a 2-step or a 2-stage Pokemon, however you want to think about it. Give it this regional form. I saw people talking about megas and different things, but I think a regional form Drifloon makes the most sense. I don't think it deserves a mega. We're gonna have a whole separate video talking about all potential megas, but for now let's talk about the regional forms, and Drifloon definitely deserves one. Drifloon is kind of a forgotten Pokemon, really. I think I just like the shiny, it's gold, but let's give it a regional form. Ghost Fire, then it's similar to the Chandelure line, which Chandelure is one of my favorite Pokemon, so maybe that's why I like this design so much. But this design here for Drifloon, I think is perfect, kind of like a lantern. Could easily fit into the story somehow with the lanterns, because why not? Legends, let's give it some different forms. Let's get Drifloon added into the game. Those are just some of the Pokemon that I think really deserve regional forms. Again, I'm sure there's other fake Mon designs out there. These are ones that I found that I thought really fit what kind of I was picturing for these regional forms. Maybe not exactly, but again, shout out to all the artists that came up with these fake Mon or new regional forms, however you want to think about it. Shout out to them. These are just some of the regional forms. I really hope, we get maybe some of these, even half would be cool, but we'll just have to wait and see what the Pokemon Company presents to us. And in the meantime, I'm also working on a video for Megas. I'm going to be talking about 5 Megas that I really want to see added in Legends EA, because it definitely seems like we're getting Megas. Maybe some of these regional forms get Megas. Who knows? But for now, I hope you guys enjoy the potential regional forms that we came up with. Be sure to hit that like, subscribe button, and let me know down in the comments below what other Pokemon you want to see regional forms added for, and give me some ideas for Megas while we're working on that video. I might just feature you in the next video. I hope you guys enjoy. Take care.